That's what the therapist was saying yesterday. It's like, is it not exhausting?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not though.
So you're gonna live. You've done for 5 years hurting men. You enjoy it, and you're gonna keep going. In all reality, you're killing yourself with a fake rape charge. Can I tell you what?
This has made me uncomfortable. I can't even get hype about this. It's supposed to be entertaining, but that shit is just like that. I'm like kind of tearing up a little bit. Like, what? Stop.
This is like
she just learned about how much. Hold on. Please stop it. Hold on. This is the best part. Okay. So she says she's learned about how much injustice there is in the justice system by perpetuating the injustice. She can't debate because she can't defend herself.
She hasn't got an argument.
So what she's doing is she's just saying other facts about other things. Right? Sounds like a lot of people got some soul searching to do.
Yeah, I agree.
That is awful. What you got for me today, bro?
We got a good one today. I can't lie. This has been going viral last couple months. We're a bit late on this one, but I know you haven't heard about this, so...
Dude, I don't hear nothing. This like, each time, I'm looking forward to what you're about to show me.
Yeah, I'm going to show you this.
So you already blew my mind with the last one. This is number 2.
Yeah, this is number 2, so...
Because, by the way, so every time we do one of these, I have no idea what I'm about to see, hear, or witness. Because I am not locked in. I'm just along for the ride. So everything you're getting from me is going to be...
100%.
Just a genuine, like, this is first time I'm hearing it.
Yeah,
I don't know what my opinion's going to be.
So, okay, it's a little context. Basically, there was a guy that went to prison.
Okay.
He got arrested, went to prison for a grape charge.
Okay.
And his friend decided to go undercover and record the woman who accused him of this.
And was this like a famous guy or just a regular guy? Regular guy?
He's a regular guy, but she's a famous influencer.
Okay.
So she's a really famous influencer.
The person that made the victim.
The victim. The alleged victim. Yeah.
So some James Rando went to prison for grape, as you would say. Yeah. And then his friend felt a way about it and decided to dig deeper. Yeah. And was the friend like a famous person?
No.
Okay, so 2 James Randos. Yeah. Okay. In America?
No, UK.
Oh, here?
Yeah, UK.
Okay. We're in London, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So, he recorded, he befriended her. Yeah. And then, got in with her, and then he secretly recorded her.
Well, is this like a Netflix documentary or something?
No. It's just real life, bro.
Wow.
This went viral about a month ago. But
Okay. And so we're late. All this has been discussed already.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Pretty much. So we're gonna check this out.
All right. What's happening here?
This is him covertly recording her.
Okay, they're hanging out.
Yeah, they're just hanging out at the gym.
Okay. Right now, the other guy's in prison at this moment.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not totally sure. I think I would have thought so, yeah.
Okay.
Because this video is taken from a long time. It just went viral recently. Okay. But it's from a situation that happened about 2 years ago. Okay, cool. As far as I'm aware. All right. So, all right.
Their realizations.
I think you shouldn't go past 31 doing the toxic stuff. Yeah, because it's too much energy you're investing out.
That's what the therapist was saying yesterday. It's like, is it not exhausting? Yeah. And I'm like, it's not though.
So you're gonna live. You've done for 5 years hurting men. You enjoy it, and you're gonna keep going. But the energy that you're putting into that, you could triple your income. You could be doing other things. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. 2, in all reality, you're killing yourself with a fake rape charge. Can I tell you what?
How long have they been friends? Like fake friends?
I don't know how long I think.
But is this like the moment that he's like finally putting it to her?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's basically saying that, like, so he's gotten to know her and he feels like she has this energy towards men that is toxic. I think that's what he said. Yeah. And that he's just saying, like, if you're getting too old for that, and if you took that same energy and did something else, you could be. And then she's saying, but for her, it's nothing. It doesn't take that much energy.
to destroy men, yeah.
Or
basically.
like to. It's funny because the energy part, I can relate to. When someone says you're an overthinker,
Yeah.
right? And I'll be like, well, it didn't really take that much effort to think of that thing. Right? So I guess for her, she's feeling like what people think is an exhausting thing for her, it seems to come natural to her. So, okay, I understand what's happening now. Let's go. It's just that her thing mine is overthinking about how to organize a basketball game. Hers is overthinking about how to, like, apparently fuck with dudes.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Interesting. Continue.
Trying to cross, but if it doesn't go according to plan, it'll bounce back on you, and it'll be obviously they'll have medical.
I've done all this. There's evidence. I've given him my clothes. He banged me, babe. Like we had sex, and he's denying that he was even there.
How can you do that if you got arrested in your house?
No, so one was for an occasion where he left.
Yeah.
The other time he was there, but he claimed that we didn't have sex, but there was evidence to say that we have.
Alright, cool. You can.
I don't care. I want to take him to the cleaners, babe.
Yeah, but this is what I thought about. This is what I was funny. I thought like
him.
him.
I hate him because he's so much like me, and it annoys me.
But Victoria, listen to me carefully, yeah? Your skill is that you can detect a victim you want and rape them. That's what you do. You enjoy doing it. Rape charge doesn't mean you've got a victim involved.
No, it doesn't.
It just means
I've just got one over. That's all.
Yeah, but it means you got desperate that you weren't able to hurt him. You pulled a fake rape. You know what I'm saying? So
that's still gonna hurt him. He hates that. And the thing is, he's gonna go out continuing to fuck up girls' lives. Yeah. With an assault charge and a rape charge, he'll think twice about what he does next time when he meets the next girl.
Yeah, fair
He'll
enough.
think
But
twice
it's
about
a fake rape charge. So what do you want from that?
Lies for a living. Let him have a taste of his own medicine. That's all. Let him continue lying for a living. That's what he does. He spins stories and sells dreams for a living. End of. So when a story spun on him, let him swallow that pill.
But I get your angle, but then you can't say you won or you was able
It's
to
not a
hurt.
game. I'm done. I've pulled back. I've done what I've done. I've played my move. I've moved on. Like,
But you weren't able to hurt.
I
The
want
way
to
you
react
usually
like
have to hurt, man. You
excited,
went
like
into her.
dramatically, but
well, I
I'm
did.
like
Because in a
sad.
relationship, I
Yeah.
continue to cheat on it. Remember,
This has made me uncomfortable. I can't even get hype about this. It's supposed to be entertaining, but that shit is just like that. I'm like kind of tearing up a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
that's messed up.
And that could happen to any one of us, bro. You just meet the wrong girl, bro.
She doesn't even comprehend what it means. Taste of your own medicine. She did apples to oranges. They're not the same.
They're not the same, yeah. She don't comprehend that, does she? I mean, she literally would have ruined this guy's life. I mean, obviously, he actually got released because of this video.
But the damage has already been done.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently, she's done this to several men. It's also come out since that she's been doing this to quite a few men. And
You have to start showing me some more vibey videos. Because that shit is fucked.
yeah,
That's
but
ruined my day.
yeah, but I mean.
Oh my God.
But to be honest, this didn't surprise me. It surprises me how it surprises men. It surprises me that this is a surprise to people, because I've known that the girls do this all the time. I would hope to think that I would see the red flags in this woman. I would have avoided her, but I don't know. She looks quite good. I think sometimes with men we kind of swipe over the red flags and they look a certain way, you know?
Because that's not even mean. That's evil.
Yeah, of course it is. But she doesn't even see it.
It's about scope, right? She doesn't comprehend the difference between like lying to somebody or getting back at somebody or hurting somebody or being mean to somebody and then accusing someone of rape and getting them locked up in prison.
Great.
You're not a nice person, lady.
Yeah,
what does she have to say about this now?
You want to see?
I would love to.
You'd love to see that. All right, well, let's go into that.
I've lost a piece of my soul. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's a real piece of work, but I would say she's a real narcissist. Like, she doesn't realize. I think she thinks she's a victim in life.
She does,
and so she has some sort of justification.
It's just disproportionate.
Oh yeah.
So she feels she's been played or lied to or used and abused, which is not nice and not great. and then she's retaliated, but the retaliation has been like scorched earth.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason. There's a saying like hell have no fury like a woman scorned. You know. So I mean, personally, that's a big lesson for guys because you know what, we love to play games sometimes and you know, the player life and all of that. But yeah, that you do that to the wrong woman, she'll ruin your life. She will ruin your life. And I've had a bit of experience with crazy women. Nothing like this. No one's accused me of anything like that. But I've definitely had times when a woman's gone out of her way to just try and destroy everything, all fabric of my life in every way, and completely out of proportion for you know, cheating or something like that.
Because you used the phrase, you said like, you know, F up. A woman can F up your life, destroy your life. And I noticed that she said, you know, he's getting a taste of his own medicine because he's effing up girls' lives and messing up girls' lives. But what? But he's not getting them thrown in prison and charging them with grape.
Just cheating on them, like,
right?
You know what I mean? I mean, it's hard.
So she is equating. Yeah. She's equating getting thrown in prison is not an emotional thing. Like that's that's a happening that is very difficult to recover from outside of an emotion. It's not like you can be like, you can, you know, eat ice cream for 3 days and it fixes going to prison.
No.
Right? Like,
no,
like, you know, that's a lack of, that's a mental
self-awareness. She has no self-awareness.
That's education.
Yeah, she's zero self-awareness.
Oh my God.
I mean,
as someone oh man.
She did an interview with Trend Central.
How could you do that to somebody?
And
you know, with dudes, we're so much more hyper aware of proportion in that we will get into a fight with another dude and it could be almost life or death and we still won't kick him in the balls.
Yeah, it's true that.
So it's like, unless it's life or death, then you're getting kicked in the balls, right? But like, that's how much we know, like we proportion like the situation.
Yeah, it's true.
Whereas like she's the complete opposite.
Yeah, she's
lost
it,
like, man. I'm gonna go even further than kick you in the balls. Okay,
destroy your life.
This is her after the fact.
Yeah, after it's gone viral, she's had a lot of backlash off.
She's smiling. She looks happy.
Of course, she always does. She's a psychopath. Just see how much.
Has she been brought up on charges?
I actually think she has done now.
I hope so.
I think she actually has been now, but I can't be 100% sure. Or she was then.
Okay.
I'm not totally sure. I'm not gonna lie. She spends the first half of this interview just pouring a sob story about how hard her life is. It really ain't that hard. It ain't that deep, bro. It's like, okay, her mum and dad used to argue a lot, and maybe he was a bit violent to her. I mean, I don't condone that, but I mean, lots of people go through that. Doesn't mean they have the right to accuse people of false accusations.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She didn't beat him up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's maybe she did that. I'd get it.
I'm gonna play that second one now.
Bring your things. Bring it. You bring my phone as well while you're at it. Bring my phone as well while you're at it. Since you want to clear everything. Bring my phone as well. Bring everything right now. No going back right now. Bring it now, bad girl. You're lucky. You're lucky. I'm gonna fucking come and get you. Watch.
No, I didn't see this.
Is this the dude?
This is the dude, yeah.
Can you talk to me about what was going on?
The relationship with Jason, you know, when it first started was really beautiful. He, you know, I guess there was a trauma bond for sure. He just lost his mum. I'd lost my mum, you know, a year ago, and there was a moment there where I was kind of supporting him and you know, holding his hand through that grieving process. And really early on, within, you know, the first couple of weeks of entering into the relationship, he had decided that he was going to help me financially. I'd fallen into mortgage arrears actually with my mortgage company. I had a change in job, And he was like, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna support you financially to settle some of your bills. It wasn't a huge amount of money. I think it was like £5,000 at the time. And in exchange for giving me, loaning me, it wasn't even giving, loaning me this money to cover my arrears, he wanted me to sign a document. And this document, at the time I didn't know what it was, but it was a power of attorney. And because I decided that when I found out what a power of attorney document was and what it meant, and I decided that I wasn't going to sign this document, that's when he became very violent towards me. As you can hear from my video, I was in deep distress. I was, in fear for my life, despite the fact that he had been arrested and, he'd already been cautioned. He'd been given bail conditions.
See, like we couldn't see any of that. For all we know, he ain't doing shit and she's just screaming. You know what I'm saying? There's so many times I've seen women do that when they just screaming and no one touching them, no one doing nothing, but they're trying to make it out like that something's happening to them when it's just not. Because they know automatically they're seen as the victim. And sometimes they play on that now. There's no evidence to actually say he was violent to her. It's just her word. I mean, I don't know. They seem toxic. I can't lie. They definitely seem toxic. They seem like a toxic pair. But that don't mean he deserves to be accused of that falsely. I mean, that's just madness to me.
He was constantly turning up to my house, making threats, pressuring me to sign these documents. And it was only later that I discovered that he's a man that's in his mid-40s and he'd gone through his entire life conning and manipulating women out of property. And having owned several properties in London, I was essentially his next victim. And when I decided that I'm not going to play ball, that's when the violence began. And that's when I sought on support from the police. Because ultimately, one thing as well that's not painted is I have no mum, I have no dad, I have no older brother, I have no relatives. So the only people that I could rely on when I was at home in the UK was the Metropolitan Police to come in and support me. And this time round, they actually did such an incredible job, in the process. But ultimately, Jason was a very angry man and, he wanted one thing and one thing only, and it was those signed papers. And when I refused to do that, he held me captive in the house. He refused to let me leave the house. I was forced to take a cold shower. It was almost 3 days that he had me locked up in the house. And that was me trying to escape that second video. And you could see he wasn't going to let me go anywhere at that point.
Let me just say this. If that was true, yeah? You see that first video that we watched, yeah? She didn't mention none of that. Do you not know? She did not mention any of the things she's saying now. She kind of basically said, he's a cheater. She never said anything about domestic violence. Given that situation, if what she's saying now is true, wouldn't that be the first thing you say? Yeah, but he beat me, he hit me, he did this. She didn't say none of that stuff. She didn't justify it to that guy by saying any of these things. She's only now coming out with his story. Interesting. Which is like, well, if that was true, then why wouldn't you say that when the guy was asking you why you set him up, and why didn't you say that then when you didn't know it was being recorded? Now you know you're being recorded. Now you're coming out with all these stories about him doing this and doing that.
Interesting.
I'm not buying it personally.
And I had nobody around me at all to step in and support me and protect me, really. And I think that's what it boiled down to. And
this woman's not having it. You can see her face,
I'm just really
bro.
grateful that
that woman's not
making
having
this
it, bro.
mistake the second time round by allowing somebody so dangerous into my home. I was really grateful this time around that my son wasn't there to witness it, and it didn't last 18 months. It was only 3 months.
Yeah, it sounds like a very difficult time, very, very dark time. Do you understand why you are receiving a lot of backlash?
Yeah, I completely, for individuals that have actually gone through
been wrongly accused of sexual assault, of any type of, criminal activity, and then to have somebody, go online and have a video of somebody saying that, I would wrongly accuse an individual for sexual assault to justify, to protect other women from being assaulted, can definitely trigger, individuals. And like I said, the intention behind that video wasn't to trigger or hurt or cause anyone pain. Really, like I said before, it was an expression of the pain that I was going through as a domestic abuse survivor. Domestic abuse is something that, like I said, I've never shared on my platform because, moving into the work that I do, and that's why my lifestyle is so important to me. That's why I take such good care of myself. That's why I now channel the energy back into taking care of myself, understanding my worth, understanding my values, so I don't end up in a situation where I'm repeating history.
For people that, have been
The question was, do you
sexually
understand the
assaulted,
backlash
unfortunately,
on
and
falsely
those
accusing
that
someone?
are, it's going to happen to, because, unfortunately, that aversion doesn't end.
It's like the boy who cried wolf, You expect us to believe you now when we already know you're capable of lying about the most heinous thing. You've lied about a guy committing grape, but you want us to believe you that he assaulted you? And this is the first time you've mentioned it? It seems
That
odd
we know of.
According, it wasn't even in the court papers or anything like that. This is the first time she's literally mentioned it to the police, to anyone. This is it. It's the first time.
Did they address it again in this video?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it all.
Oh.
I haven't actually seen all of this video. I've seen like the highlights of it on another reaction channel.
A mindset that a lot of people have when women come forward and say they've been abused, and it's like, well, she could be lying. She could be, she could just be a woman scorned. And this video contributes to that narrative.
Yes.
How do you feel about that, knowing that
That's the problem.
you've kind of given people room to even say that?
I think as painful and as hurtful the video is for people to watch, it's definitely something that really needs to be discussed and spoken about, because as a survivor of domestic violence, as somebody that's gone through abuse, you do not have to be an angry, scorned woman.
How do we know you
I
are?
wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy going to jail, and unless they've actually
Well, you
physically done
clearly do.
something wrong, then absolutely justice needs to play its part. But for somebody that's done nothing wrong, it shouldn't be, it shouldn't be the case. I feel like, the video,
That wasn't the question.
should never have come out.
It's like, for somebody that hasn't done wrong in my eyes, like she feels
Yeah.
that she's the arbiter of what...
She's Batman.
Yeah, what's right and wrong, and I will distribute my
Yeah,
justice.
yeah. But she also doesn't understand the equal measure of justice. Right?
No, so she's the worst
it's
person to decide anything.
So anyone that's done anything wrong,
Yeah.
they can be falsely accused.
That's
of rape.
okay then, yeah.
If it doesn't matter what they've done.
Yeah.
They didn't ring at the checkout in Sainsbury's because you need to get like approval for the Red Bull, and you were just like, I'm out. Grape. But like she the question was, do you think that video of you falsely accusing someone of grape does harm to real grape victims?
100%.
And then she said, her answer was, well, as a survivor of domestic abuse, see, the way my lifestyle is and the way I've changed and the way I'm doing my life is that my life is my life. And so my life, and when it comes to my life, that is not there was a clear question.
Yeah.
And it was a yes or no answer.
Yeah. She's a piece of shit,
There's
bro.
a guilt there and an embarrassment there. And what she's mainly doing is trying to justify the guilt and embarrassment of an impulsive decision that she saw through also out of guilt and embarrassment. And that's her defense is, this is like, I'm so embarrassed and so guilty of what I've done that this is why I've done these things. But why you've done those things aren't important.
You just, I think in a situation like that, you just apologise, because otherwise you come with all this, it's kind of like, it's kind of not even apology, really, isn't it?
Right.
You're just it's just justifying the bullshit
This
you
is
done.
all the things that happened to me. So this is.
So it's
This
okay
is
for
why
me to
I've
do
done
it.
this. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not, we don't want to know that.
We don't care.
That's not the question that's been
yeah,
asked.
yeah, it's like
And it doesn't matter because those things have happened to a lot of people who aren't doing what you did.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And
We don't look at PDF files and they go, well, look, it happened to me when I was a child, and we go, oh, it's all right then, mate.
Yeah.
No problem, bro.
Yeah.
No, mate.
And that's a great example because a lot of times with PDF, if you were a victim of PDF, then those who commit PDF are often victims.
The victims
of
when
PDF.
exactly.
So,
and it never justifies it. They still go jail.
Yes.
And they still got to do time. And rightly so. So
and even like her body language, she has this.
Yeah.
She's wants to warm herself up, like she's uncomfortable and she's trying to get cozy.
Yeah.
Because she's embarrassed. And
hell yeah, she should be.
Guilty.
Hell yeah, she should be.
Right. And that's why
hurt people.
Yes. And you got to be careful with how you hurt somebody because there's levels.
Yeah.
And I want to see how she finishes answering this question, or how she finishes not answering this question.
It formed part of police evidence, and my legal team are working with the police now.
I'm going to assume that obviously, not even assumptions, because you've said it actually, you've learned from this and, you've grown from it. Do you regret the things that you said in that video?
Totally. Absolutely. I should never have said the things that I said, and I take full accountability. It's not, karma works in the way where it really shouldn't be anybody's responsibility, to bestow on that person their wrongdoings. We rely so heavily on the justice system, but we know, as a community that there's so much injustice within the justice system. And I've had to learn that recently myself, having gone through this experience.
What?
Whoa,
Stop.
This is like...
She just learned about how much... Hold on. Please stop it. Hold on. This is the best part. Okay. So she says she's learned about how much injustice there is in the justice system by perpetuating the injustice. That'd be like a police officer who shot an unarmed black man going like, man, I learned how messed up the justice system is because I got away with it. That's messed up. Oh my God, this makes me sad. I didn't expect to get away with it. So I don't know, but again, she just be talking.
Yeah.
And what she's doing is there's talking points.
She's waffling, bro.
And she's saying things. She can't debate because she can't defend herself.
She hasn't got an argument.
So what she's doing is she's just saying other facts about other things. Right? And so what happens as a listener, you go, yeah, I agree that the justice system is messed up. And yeah, man, domestic abuse, that sucks. And then you realize you're nodding your head with the person, which then gives the feeling of being in agreement with the person.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to the end of the discussion, you forgot about what the point of discussion was, and you're saying like, she said 100% facts. Sure she did, but
nothing related
nothing about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? So
nothing related, bro.
So like she's got these key talking points like, the justice system's messed up. Which is ironic in this situation because yeah, we know. You showed us that.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
What a piece of work, bro.
Okay, next time, something more pleasant.
Yeah, definitely.
Because,
I mean, what are your final thoughts on this woman?
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Yeah,
not a fan.
I don't think a lot of people are fans of her right now.
I think she can attend some of my group therapy sessions, and I think it'd be very helpful for her because she's definitely impulsive.
Yeah,
we have that in common.
Yeah,
I don't think I would accuse anybody of grape. Do better.
Yeah, she could definitely do better.
And to the fellow that she obviously got, he can do better as well. Do better, because I don't know what he's done in the terms of karma to attract this situation, but sounds like a lot of people got some soul searching to do.
Yeah, I agree.
That is awful.
I feel that this is more common than people think. I think it's quite common, to be honest. It's just that it doesn't get recorded, and men don't get to prove themselves. Now, I'm not saying that real rape doesn't happen. Of course it does. Of course it does. But I would definitely put money on that this happens more often than people think. And I think it's just it's shocking to everyone because everyone's always on this believe all women. So if any time a woman says any accusation about any man, that we're more inclined to believe it because it's coming from a woman, and we don't believe that they would do this. But I think it's in this day and age, it's more common than people are led to believe.
Could that be an indictment on how, as men, how we view ourselves? Like, do we think that we see ourselves as animals, or is it like?
Nah, I don't think.
How do we kind of have a?
I think we have a society that model cuddles. I think that's the word. I don't know. We basically infantize women a lot of the time. Like, we treat them like they're, in a sense, innocent all the time. But they're just human beings like us. They do wrong, they do right. There's, as much as there's bad men out there, there's bad women out there. But I think sometimes in our heads, because, we're kind of raised to believe that, women are nurturers and they do no wrong, that it's hard to believe that, there's evil women out there just as much as there's evil men. So
you made me think about, how when it comes to men's actions towards women and how we are likely to believe what a woman says. And obviously it made me think about how do we see ourselves as men, which then made me think about how, like, let's say you have a sister, right? And, you have a best friend, your best guy friend, and your best guy friend is a nice guy, a good guy. You would not want him to date your sister, right? And there's something about any guy that you would never want them to date your sister or your daughter or, whatever the dynamic may be, even if they are amazing. And that's because, that makes me think about how we view ourselves as dudes. And so I wonder if that contributes to how we view when a woman says something about a man. We're so quick to believe it because it's almost like the way we see ourselves, right? So we see ourselves in the worst way sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, probably because we've been brainwashed to believe that that's the case. We live in a very feminist country, in a very feminist part of the world, and that has been the narrative that's been spun for many, many years, that men are predators. The whole bear and the would you rather be in the woods with a bear or a man? Have you heard about this? Yeah. So lots of women went viral recently from saying they'd rather be in a forest late at night with a bear than a man.
Damn.
And it was just dumb as fuck because a bear will kill you. You can't reason with a bear, but that's the illogical sense of women. And the reality is, the sort of men, the statistic behind men that do bad things is below 1%. It's not the majority of men. It's like 0.something% of men that have ever raped a woman or done anything, any SA towards a woman. But the way we're kind of led to believe is that it's a big epidemic going on. There's all these men that are out there raping women, and it's not backed up by any facts. And a lot of this comes from women because they say this is where they get their stat from, is that most women report having some kind of SA done to them or something like that during their lifetime. But the thing is, you have to realise that during an average woman's lifetime, she's come across thousands of men. I mean, it's just obvious. You walk down the street, there's men. You're on a bus, there's men. There's men everywhere. So if you used to count up all the men you've come into contact with, and one person, say maybe it's like 3,000-4,000 men you've come in contact with in your 30 years of being on the earth, and one of those men has done something to you, statistically, that's out of 4,001, that would be like 0.001% of men because of the amount of shit. But it sounds bad if every woman says, oh, well, I've had some sort of SA. Yes, you've had some sort of SA from a man, but out of the thousands that you met, 99.9% of them didn't do anything to you. So, you know, it's a skewed statistic. It's a skewed statistic because it doesn't take into account how many men they come into contact with in their life leading up to that point.
Could it maybe be less about the comparing the statistics and more about the comparing the fact that despite the percentages, it's more... maybe the point of that statistic is just to say that, like, for men, it's something we don't have to worry about. So just that worry alone.
We don't have to worry about being great, but we are 3 to 5 times more likely to be assaulted by a man than a woman is.
Yo, that's real.
Yeah.
Like,
we are the biggest victims.
Assaulted.
We are the biggest victims of male assault than women.
That's interesting.
We're way more likely to be assaulted. Men are more likely to protect women than they are to us. Like, statistically, men are protectors. So, yes, the 0.001% of men may be some sort of weirdo.
Yeah.
But majority of police force is men. The majority of the fire brigade is men. The people that are protecting, the soldiers, the majority of the soldiers are men. So the people protecting us, coming to our rescue, trying to solve the crimes when somebody does something, that's mainly all men as well. So rather than look at it like 0.01% or whatever it is, the statistic of men do these bad things, so therefore men are bad, how about look at it, well, look, 20% of men are in positions of protection and protect women as well and families, and so really and truly we shouldn't view ourselves like that because the majority of us are protectors and providers. We're not doing that weird shit. We shouldn't now be looked down upon as a threatening sex because a very small minority of us do crazy things, you know. But the feminist ideology will tell you that women are in danger, men are predatory. When we're just not. We're not. We're actually not predatory by nature. We're actually protectors by nature.
What we learned today, or what we can take away, is dudes, don't try to get women to sign powers of attorneys, and women, be more proportionate about your payback methods. Okay.
Yeah, it could come back on you and you end up being a laughing stock of the internet like this woman. And guys, just be careful, man. You know, it seems all fun and games, being a player and all of that, but you meet the wrong girl, so you're going to done your dance like
tenfold.
This. Yeah, tenfold, man. This is not a unique woman. There's many women out there like this, so just do your due diligence, guys, and just look at the red flags and try to move accordingly.
And next week, happy vibes.
Yeah. As anyway, guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Make sure you follow us on our journey through all these crazy YouTube videos we're going to be going through and reacting to. What's up, guys? My name's AJ. This is Darnell. We out. Peace.